double-breasted, and down there now you would think because of the vocation that it was loose as a wizard's sleeve, but I tell you what, tight as a hipster's skinny jeans. What the who the fuck are you? What are the... These are important statistics, sir. I'll thank you to not look at them.
I'm Adam Reynolds. I'm going to be your auditor.
You what?
Auditor?
Sorry, auditor. If you're talking about acting the community hall where auditions are held, that's more down the road. What? Auditor, what's that? I don't pay any shit.
That's a good show.
Are you fine to conduct the interview now?
Yeah.
We have
yes,
more
no.
than ready.
Oh yes, no. Let's do it. Let's do the interview. All right, we're ready to get crack-a-lacking. Yeah. We're ready. Ready to start. Okay, brilliant. Is that a pigeon? Hang on. There's a pigeon out there. I do love a bit of bird watching. Yeah, I really can't get enough of it. Oh God, I really do love bird watching. Hi. Well, lovely. Welcome. I'm Francis Vanderpump. Of course, you already know that. Yeah. And so, how are we today?
I'm good.
Yeah.
So, first of all, I've been having a wee look at where a lot of the finance for your party is going.
Yeah.
And it says you have made an advert. Is there any time where you believe we'll be able to see this in?
Yeah, I believe the advert's just almost finished development. I reckon you'll probably get a good view at that today.
Oh.
Yeah. With this big screen there, we'll fire on a big screen view. Yeah, it should be enjoyable to watch.
Also for party, a good sign that you apparently do a lot of, there's a lot of donations to charity.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what, charity is one of our biggest expenses, and she's a great girl. Charity. Yeah, we donated to the British Sign Health and shit. Yeah, all of that nonsense. Great stuff. Yeah, really important work that they all do. Yeah.
Talking about your publicity and as such, there's a video that's been going around that I'm wondering how you feel about, that there's seen you partying during lockdown.
Well, I think the video you're talking about has been doctored, and I believe my publicist agreed with you that there would be no questions on this, no line of questioning around this. Yeah.
How do you feel about it? How do you feel about these claims?
Well, they're outlandish, outrageous claims. Would never do such a thing. Would have wine and cheese during lockdown. It's foolhardy behaviour.
But the video is there. Is the?
It's falsified.
Are you able to tell us how?
Editing. I'm not a technical guru. I'm a politician. I couldn't tell you. So no further questions on this, please.
Hello. How are you today?
Dandy, how are you?
I'm just fine, thank you. Am I fine to ask you a few questions?
Why wouldn't you be?
Okay. Now, your position here, you're able to have a look at the funds that are used, correct?
Yes, I don't see why that would be relevant in any way to this interview.
There's been accusations of embezzling going on.
And who has been making these sort of accusations?
I'm not at liberty to disclose that information.
Well, I'm not at liberty to disclose any more information either then, am I?
Actually, you are. I'm an auditor. Yes.
You're not a policeman though, are you?
I can bring a policeman if you'd prefer.
Is that a threat?
No, it's just, if that's what you'd prefer, I can ask for a warrant.
Well, where do you want me? Is this...
Here is fine, yes. Am I fine to ask you a few questions?
Of course you are, darling.
Are you understanding of the allegations that have been passed?
You'll have to remind me of those. I'm a bit...
Right, you have been accused of embezzling funds.
Oh, have we?
Yeah.
It's bizarre.
Yeah. Right.
Yes, well, I've just been handed quite an interesting piece of information that's actually incorrect, you see. That's not our party, no.
For the funds, there's a good few unusual things that have been purchased. Can I ask you about them?
Go ahead.
There was about 5,000 spent on bubbles. Would you care to explain that purchase to me?
Well, bubbles actually have a lot of positive connotations, you know. Think about the children who don't have bubbles. Can you think back to when you were in nursery? Can you imagine all the other children playing with bubbles and you don't get to play or blow any bubbles.
So you are the useless party.
Oh, we are the useless party, yes. But we're not the useless party that has been accused of whatever it is you're accusing us of.
I would like to ask you about another purchase. £300 on piñatas. Would you care to explain that?
Piñatas?
Mm-hmm.
Look, people have birthdays every year. Not a lot of people can afford piñatas for their birthdays. So what do? As a courtesy to the people of this country, I buy them piñatas and I buy them bubbles. And you sit here and criticize me for giving all these people serotonin with bubbles and piñatas. And have you not got better things to be doing?
Peter, I'll do it myself.
Well, I'm not exactly claiming anything, you see. It's more like,
Oh yes, can you go back to your seat?
Oh, you want me to go back in my seat?
Yes, I would like you to go back. I would like you to go back in your seat. Yes.
Okay. Is this fine?
I would like to go into one of my final
Of
questions.
course you would.
Could you explain the purchase to me? Condoms.
Are you really suggesting that I should be encouraging safe sex? Is that really what you're suggesting?
No.
Did you go to sex ed in primary school? Condoms are a very big, useful thing.
Well, that's an outlandish claim. I'm seriously outraged at your behaviour here. Are you under the influence of any substances, narcotics, alcohol, wine and cheese?
I'm 3 years sober actually.
3 years so? Can I interest you in some wine and cheese?
I cannot be interested in any of that. That's
No, we
fine.
don't, good, because we don't bloody well have any wine and cheese here. This is a political party, this is bloody serious stuff. Well, actually, I think I've bloody well had enough of this. I think that it's time that I bloody well stormed out of this interview, Adam.
Sir, is that alcohol?
No! It's water. Okay, so if this were to go sourly for the party, what would the repercussions be?
We should
Jail,
maybe
probably.
Jail.
make sure that is off.
Yes, that
Yes,
is
that's-
still rolling. Can we
Can we get
fix
that
that,
off?
please?
Yes, we get that off.
We
Oh,
Yes,
We do not
of
give
course,
our
of course,
permission
of
to
course,
take
of course, of course.
okay.
Yes, off.
Yeah. Basically, you can look at this as design, obviously. We can all be prepared to offer you a fair sum for your silence in our dealings. Because what would...
extra for him as well.
Yeah.
it'd be really stupid
Go
not
on,
to
Patricia.
take up on this one.
Patricia, get your kit off.
Yeah.
Right, so...
It's your turn. How much?
Yeah, I think
Well,
But
look,
we're good.
no, look, this is really, really important for the country as a whole. Look, these silly little rules are going to end up ruining a lot of fun, but also a lot of people's lives. You know,
We don't want that.
I've got a fair few families to worry about, a fair few families to support. So if I lose my job, I can't really keep them all going, and that's just going to put more stress on the government because they're all going to have to apply for universal credit. So look, I think maybe taking a little, it's not even a bribe. It's just an offering, a gesture of goodwill.
A favour.
A peace offering. Fantastic, Patricia. See me in my office. Is that still rolling?
No.
No. It's
No,
still
it's
rolling.
not.
Better fucking
Well, with this,
Go, blast it, go.
Right, do you know who I am? I'm Francis Barnum Parker, and
Those were some lunatics.
Yep.